I was thinking, and I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, this stuff gotta be said. You want to think about it all day, but you gotta say it. So I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, wow, these trees, that are being planted here, it's about, I can say within my eyesight, at least 10 trees, that are going to be big trees one day. I don't know how long they've been here. They don't look no more than a year old, 2 years old, and to know that they're going to be even bigger. Let me see if I can turn one. So here's some other ones over here as well. But when I think about it, made me think about how they are establishing roots. They are establishing deep, deep roots. Like right now, as they prepare to be enormous trees 15, 20 years from now, they are taking in everything from their environment, the water they're receiving, the nutrients, the sun every day, the different animals that come about, squirrels, birds, ducks, whatever is in the area. And they're just soaking in all these people. They're soaking in all this DNA. I feel like, and this tree is like it's starting to move. I feel like these two trees right here are going to remember that I had this conversation so close to them. And that I had this moment right here. And I feel more wind. I see the trees agreeing with me. It's so beautiful to know that I'm in communication with this tree right now. Let me see if it's going to be shy, if it's going to show y'all that it's in agreement with me as well. But as I sat here, the sprinklers came on. I really enjoyed the sound of the trees being watered. And I'm like, wait, somebody had to plant these trees. Somebody planted these trees. And you don't know the rewards. Like, you don't know who gets the, like, the person who planted this tree don't know that there was going to be me having a revelation and a transformation right here because of the tree they planted. And so, hold on, people are walking over. It's so unique to me because I was thinking about the roots, and I'm like, the roots, they had to start somewhere. The tree has to start somewhere. So even 15, 20 years when it's this beautiful tree with fruit, it's like the roots had to establish the foundation for it to grow. It had to dig deep into the soils to cultivate what it wants to be for the future. And it started making me think about my roots and my foundation, and how sometimes, like, I'm 25 now, and how I feel like a lot of my foundation was wavery, was cracked, was broken up, and it created a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of distance with me and my parents, my relatives who were a part of my upbringing. And I started to think about how I'm this tree I'm not fully grown yet, but I'm at a stage of my growth where I have bore some fruit, and I've seen some rotten fruit, and I went back to the root, and I've tried to uproot this tree. I've tried to cut away at the roots. I've tried to sever the connection with my father that I have with my father, with my mother, not from a, like, just cut you motherfuckers off, cut you out of my life. I don't want nothing to do with you ever. Not like that, but like before, like there was so much pain, there was so much hurt, there was so much trauma pent up that wasn't able to process through, that the only way that I saw letting go of the pain was to let go of the person, to create distance where I wasn't being met. And from just sitting with this tree, I realized trying to sever myself at the roots has caused me more harm than good, because then I'm not good to nobody. I'm not good to myself. I'm not good to them. I'm not good to society. I'm not good to nobody if I go chopping the trunk of the tree, if I going up, digging the tree up, uprooting the tree, thinking if I move the tree to a different environment, it'll flourish in that environment. But like, when you look at these trees, these are not the type of trees that you can just come now and come uproot and hope that they flourish somewhere else. Like, there would need to be a real strategic plan to do something like that. Once a tree is when it's being prepared to grow, when it's like, that is what it is. And I guess that's why a lot of people feel stuck in generational and family dynamics. And because if you need to see what type of root you need root medicine. You need to figure out you need to heal the roots. You can't cut off the roots. You can't sever the roots. They are going to. And I know that this is in the way that I've been shown. There's a lot of people can somehow cut off their roots. A lot of people did cut off their roots, and they created new trees, or they planted new trees. I don't know about all of that right now, but I know that I felt a need to like apologize to my parents for like not holding space for like all the work that they've put into me developing as this tree that I am. Like, I don't give them credit for the roots, the foundation, as much as I give them blame for the rotten. Let's say if 30% of my tree is rotten, but the 70% of it is fruitful and prosperous, but I'm only going back to the root, trying to figure out why the hell I got rotten fruit. Why do y'all motherfuckers rotten? Y'all don't even get me rotten fruit. Y'all need to fix this shit. Y'all need to. And they looking at me like, but you got 70%. You can eat 70% of the time. And I get it. You want completion. You want more. You want to be whole. But in order for your parents to restore the foundation, the roots, they need to trust that you're not going to throw away the 70%. You're not going to throw away all of their goodness because of the 30% that they couldn't get right, that they didn't get right. Even though that 30% did cause a lot of havoc, and it's preventing you from utilizing the 70% at its fullest capacity. And you're just trying to address the roots so that it don't continuously bear rotten fruit. Like, you're not wrong for the work you're wanting to do in your bloodline. You're not wrong for the anger, the questions, the concern you have for the health of your family. However, we are human spirit beings, and the delivery, the way we hold each other, the way we carry each other, the way we come to each other with our concerns about what needs to be better is important. And because of my nervous system issues, because of my trauma, because of my abandonment, neglect, I don't know how to speak to my parents, especially my mom, from a place of understanding. I feel like I feel like she should understand. Like, this is what you should know. Like, you shouldn't have had me before you knew these things. Like, why the fuck would you do this if you didn't know, if you wasn't ready? You see, so it's like, that's my resentment towards her, is like, you don't acknowledge your own incapacity, your own incapacity. So again, there goes just reaching for the stars, and you don't even know if you could reach the sky. You fucking climb a tree and not feel like you're gonna die, let alone be in the sky, the stars, soaring, flying with the planes up there? Like, let's be real about this shit. And I think that's where a lot of my frustrations came in with manifesting and achieving goals. Is like, I know I can do it. I feel like I can do it, but I never seen it done. My DNA, like my blood, like my it's that part of me has been so far, like, has been so disconnected from. But I'm so happy